Hopefully we get a better connection this time. That's better. Now it's at 4,000. Alright, that looks like a better. There we go. Okay, now we're up. Hello and welcome to Scarness Pier in Hervey Bay. So yeah, I just had to restart the stream because we dropped out. We had no reception. So let me know what the audio's like. I've forgotten my little fuzzy cat. So if you hear any wind noise, let me know. So hello and welcome to Scarness Pier on a very gloomy, overcast Hervey Bay day. So yeah, let me know what the audio's like. I just wanted to get out. I needed to get out and start taking some photos. I've been stuck inside with my sore ankle for a couple of weeks. So yeah, look, might not be the most exciting stream as far as photography goes. So I've got a 10-stop filter on and we'll get some nice long exposures. Long exposures work well when you've got grey overcast skies. So what we'll do is we'll do some black and white. Hopefully the sun kind of sets out behind us. So hopefully the cloud clears along the horizon a little bit. We might get some colour. We might get a storm if we're really lucky. But yeah, I just wanted to get out and start taking some photos and say hello to everyone. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting down low. My foot's not great, so I'm just going to be hobbling around for this stream. But yes, thank you. So Knots on the Bay, hello, audio great, just the waves and they sound lovely. Okay, good, so you can hear the waves. So we've got 9 people in here at the moment. So hello and thank you to everyone who's tuned in. So yes, a very grey and gloomy looking Hervey Bay day. And you might note, anyone from Hervey Bay might notice that a lot of the sand is actually washed away. So we've got quite a few rocks out in front at the moment. It's not the nice sandy beach that we normally have. So we've had a lot of wind lately, so the wind has kind of stirred up the sand and moved it around. But yeah, I'm going to start off with a 10-stopper on. Whenever we get cloudy, overcast, grey skies like this, and not a lot of colour, this is where long exposures can be really nice. Okay, so we're going to go for almost a black and white fine art look. And yeah, look, I just wanted to get out. I wanted to take some photos. I've been stuck inside for too long. So I'm just going to set up a very basic composition. A nice rock down here in my foreground. I would like to get down low, but unfortunately, I can't get down low at the moment. So I will be hobbling around a little bit. And I've got a few helpers here with me today, just in case I fall over. So, do you want to go on camera? So I've got 2 little helpers I've got 1 little helper with me and 1 not so little helper. So I've got Matt and Jade. So Matt's one of my windsurfing friends. So he was there when I stuffed my ankle. And Jade, yeah, she just wanted to come to the beach. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to come to the beach? Alright, so that's kind of what I'm going to frame up for starters. Now, tide's coming in. So and I'm going to do an under the pier shot as well. Okay, so yeah, look, nice. Very, very simple composition-wise. Not my usual style of photo, but this place is nice and safe. Okay, and that's what today is all about. It's all about being safe and not walking across too many rocks. So yes, I've got my 10-stopper on. So I've got my Canon 6D with a 24 to 105. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of run through how I'm going to get this shot. My 10-stopper might be a bit too much underexposed. So I'm just going to increase my ISO a little. No, that's fine. ISO is fine. I don't have my wide angle lens, which is what I normally like to do. Yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be the most epic photos of all time. I'm going to start off with just a nice safe shot. Let's just get one in the bag. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Hello. So let me just come over this way a little bit. We'll probably get a few people walking around today. Okay. All good? Okay, stream's all good. All right, let me get this out and I'll show you what I've got framed up. Okay, so let's pop this on. Yeah, so I haven't got my ultra wide angle, which would have been nice because then I would have got all these rocks in the foreground. So that's what I've got framed up. A very safe composition. And we're at F9 at 30 seconds with a 10 stopper on. And I'm just going to focus sort of around about the middle of the pier. Okay, don't need to worry about our foreground too much. And I'm just going to manually focus around about there. I'll just check that I've got my 2-second timer on. No, you're right. Okay, 2-second timer. And we'll go back to live view just so you can see what's going on. All right, and that's pretty much what we've got. So here's our first shot for the day. And a nice 30-second exposure. So yes, welcome to Hervey Bay. So g'day Matt, let me just go and check the chat while I'm here. So Matt, who's here with me, g'day Leslie, how are you? Great to see you back. Yes, it's good to be back. It's not the sky, I've missed all the storms this week. We had some really nice storms this week that I missed. A little bit glitchy, yeah, a little bit glitchy. Yeah, look, it's going to be glitchy. The reception here, it's okay. It's not super glitchy, audio crackling, and it's pausing for minutes on end. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, look, I'll stick with it anyway. It's showing up okay at this end, so it might catch up. It might take a while for the stream to catch up. Reception here, it was okay when I got here. But yeah, I went live as soon as I got here and everything just completely dropped out. Hopefully we'll get better reception. The reception is up and down. And you know, that's one of the downsides of live streaming, is having crappy reception. So yeah, bear with me. It's sort of more of just a get out of the house stream than anything. So yeah, I do apologise for the quality of the stream, but if I keep this camera nice and still, if I don't walk around too much, it should sort of settle down a bit. Yeah, I think if I start picking up the camera and moving it around, that's where we start to break up. So I might just leave the camera there for today and just let you enjoy the view of the back of my head. Okay, so I got my first shot and yeah, that looks okay. It's nothing super fancy, but yeah, nice long exposure. So yeah, I'll leave it's more just to catch up with everyone and say hello. Yeah, it's going to be a bit glitchy. Yeah, the bit rate is really dropping. Reception here really isn't good, and this is the heart of Hervey Bay, and that just goes to show how crap our reception is here. So if it keeps dropping out, I might just end the stream. So we'll see. Yeah, it's dropped right down now.
It looks better. It was chopping, and it looks a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see my bit rate's dropped down to 500 KB, which is not ideal. But yeah, look, see how we go. I'll go and get some under the pier shots before that tide comes in too much. So I will bring you with me. Just sort of keep an eye on the bag, Jade. No, you're okay. Just sort of keep an eye on it every now and then. Because I'm a cripple, if someone takes it, I can't run after them. So that's why I've got my helpers here with me today, just in case someone decides to take advantage of an old man with a bung leg. So what I'll do, I might just leave this camera here. I'm going to set up under the pier and do the old classic under the pier shot before that tide comes in too much. So yeah, look, the stream, it's going to be crackly. I think it is going to drop in and out. So So it's not the sort of place I really wanted to be, but we're out. Oh. Okay, so the under the pier shot, the key here is to get right in the middle. Okay, we want to try and get everything as symmetrical as possible. We might even have to do a bracketed exposure here. Let's have a look. Okay, that's not a great composite. My wide angle would have been better. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom in a bit. Zoom into around about 40 mil. Maybe a bit more. Focus is fine. It's very dark under here, so what I'm going to do, I am going to bump up my ISO to 200 and we'll get that shot. Okay, so nice long 30-second exposure under the pier. I'll show you what I'm doing. So yes, I do apologise for the stream. I think being overcast and cloudy isn't great. It's been very stormy up here lately too, so that's going to sort of mess with the reception a little bit as well. G'day Pam, how are you? Sounds a bit windy. Yeah, it is. It's it's a little bit windy. There's some waves, and I forgot the what's called the dead cat that goes on the microphone. So that's sort of blocks out the wind noise normally. So this is a shot we're going for, just the classic under the pier shot, and there it is there. So nice long exposure, pretty classic under the pier shot. And if we have a look at our histogram, okay, we can all do all that in one shot. Okay, so highlights are fine, plenty of shadow detail. Because it's so dull and overcast, yeah, you don't need to do multiple exposures when you've got overcast days like this. The light's very flat. Okay, if the sun was out, then we'd definitely need to do multiple exposures. But because the sky is so overcast and flat, look, I'm just going to take another shot while we're there. So 2-second timer, just to steady the camera. And I've just got to, the main thing I've got to watch is these waves. If they hit those tripod legs, everything will sink and we'll get a blurry shot. So tide's coming in. This will probably be my last shot under here. It would have been nice to have the wide angle and get down nice and low to get those rocks. But yeah, look, I'm doing what I can at the moment. It's just good to be back out again, to tell the truth. So yeah, there we go, Scarness Pier, and there's the shot. Let's have a quick look at that. Okay, so yeah, 30-second exposure. Always makes for a nice shot. Okay, when you've got dull, overcast, crappy looking skies, long exposures always make your photos look nice. Now, a shorter exposure with some of these, I've got a nice rock over here which I'll kind of play around with. I'm hobbling around. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much of a sunset tonight. So here the sunset's kind of over that way. So the sunset's over the mainland. It's jade up on the rocks. But yeah, look, the plan was to get some epic clouds out this way, but that's not happening. Okay, so yeah, and that's landscape photography. You can't pick the weather. You can hope. Like, everything was looking good earlier. We had some nice big storm clouds rolling through. We had a couple of little breaks in the sky, and now it's just kind of gone flat. It's gone very flat. And that's the whole point of these live streams. So if anyone's new in here, the whole point of these live streams is just to show you that you're not going to get epic conditions every time you go out. And more often than not, you're going to get very flat conditions. So what we're going to do is make do with what we've got. Okay, rather than just not come out at all, we'll do some long exposures to smooth out that water. And black and white. Black and white works really well on overcast days like this. Okay, so this composition, once the water gets up around this rock, I'll take my filter off and get sort of that 1 second to half a second exposures. Hopefully I can get down low with my bung ankle. But yeah, look, this is going to make for some nice black and white shots. When you've got no colour, use the conditions to your advantage. So let me hobble over and I want all the water splashing up over this rock. I will try and get down low. Just don't tell my doctor. Because I do want to get... The sound is dropping out. Yeah, look, it's... I think it's just Harvey Bay reception, to tell the truth. When it's overcast and cloudy like this, and it's been very stormy lately, so stormy weather... The sound, yeah, I think it will. The sound will probably be on and off. I'm going to change my film. I'm going to take this 10 stopper off, and I might just put the MD64 on for now. I just want to try and get around about that 1 second to half a second exposure, just to get a little bit of movement in the water, create some sort of interest in our foreground. Because, yeah, for all those people that have tuned in before will know that I don't want to go home with 20 shots exactly the same. Okay, I'll get 1 or 2 shots and then just change composition, especially places like this. Places like this, when the sky's not doing, if the sky's going off, then yes, just find a good composition and work with it. But when the sky's not doing much, you don't want to go home with 20 shots all very similar. So we're just going to keep moving around, keep changing composition, and see what works. Because I can give you all these tips on what works and what doesn't, but it's all up to you. Get home and take different shots from different angles and see what you like. Okay, so that's what I'm here for, to give you some ideas on some different shots that we can do. So you'll see me mix it up a fair bit. This is going to be a bit tricky. Let's see how we go here. I don't know if this ends will be wide enough. Not really. I should have bought my 17 to 40 to tell the truth. But we'll make do with what we've got. It just means we need to come back a bit further. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice. So somewhere around about there. And I'm going to focus. I'll try and show you what I'm doing. And exactly how close. Yeah, I don't have my ultra wide angle on. But ideally I'd like to get down really close to that rock and try and get the water sort of moving around that rock a little bit. Yeah, the tide is coming in pretty quick and I'm moving slow. The tide's quick and I'm not, so I've got to just trying to wait for the tide to get onto that water. And because I don't have my ultra, look at that, there we go. There's a pro tip for you. Get nice and comfortable. Okay, now I don't like this composition. Yes, I am still using the K&F filters, and they're actually not too bad. At first I thought I had issues with the colour cast, but then I discovered that the colour cast is actually in Lightroom. Lightroom's been giving my images a bit of a colour cast, which is a bit disappointing to tell the truth, but now that I know where it is and what it's doing, I can kind of deal with it. I'm just going to take a shot there. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah, it's not a great combo. This is where a wide angle can be good, because a wide angle you can get... Oh, here comes a nice wave. A wide angle you can get right in and enhance your foreground a lot. So yeah, here's a good tip for you. Get nice and comfortable when you've got a sore ankle. So I'm just waiting for the waves to sort of go around that rock. I've got my shutter speed at just over a second. I'm watching my histogram really. Let's get our ISO back down to 1. Actually, I'm going to put my ISO down to 50. No, I need it faster. We'll go back up to 200. I sort of want that shutter speed. Ideally, I want it around about a second. Because the waves are nice and slow, a longer shutter speed can be good. Okay, if you've got big crashing waves, then you do want a faster shutter speed. And I'm I'm actually gonna bump it up to 400. So ISO's up to 400 now. Shooting at f8. And just waiting for those waves to crash over the rock. So yeah, again, thank you to everyone who's here. Yeah, stream will be a bit glitchy, I think, just because of the weather. And yes, we will, for anyone who's new here, what we'll do is all these shots that I'm taking today, I will do another follow-up stream, and that'll be the editing stream. And basically what I'm going to do is I'll turn a lot of these to black and white, just because we have no colour. Now I don't like this composition that we've got here, and I'll kind of show you why. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, it's okay. So because I haven't got a great composition, I'm trying to use the waves just to add some interest. So yes, welcome to Scarness Pier. Not the greatest day to show off Scarness Pier. Normally nice clear blue water, nice sunny skies. Yeah, we're here on a very dull overcast day. Yeah, they're okay. I wish I had the wide angle. I would have got in really close to that rock. But yeah, this will sort of give you more of an idea of what a kit lens would look like. Now this is more the equivalent of your 18 to 55 on a crop sensor, the 24 to 105. And yeah, once I can move a bit better, I'll come down and show you what I've got framed up. I'm just trying to time one as the waves crash. There's a nice wave rolling in now. So I'll get that right as the wave peaks. Very good, that was nice. And we might even do a bit of an exposure blend. So by being on the tripod, what I can do is I can time it so we get the waves crashing, and I can get some waves coming in here as well. And then we'll do a bit of an exposure blend. And I'll show you how easy it is, especially when you're on a tripod, to take multiple exposures, and they're really easy to blend. So this wave here, I've got it so it's taking a shot now as the wave breaks, and then I'll get another shot once the tide comes in a bit more. Get another shot with the waves crashing around this rock. So yeah, for those that don't know, I've done my ankle. It's been 4 weeks since I've been out, so today's my first day out taking photos again. So that's why I'm sitting down and just relaxing at the moment. So that's what I'm looking for, that wave coming in around the rock. Yeah, that's nice. Water rushing out always looks nice as well, so I'm just going to mix it up. So rather than firing away, what I'm doing is I'm watching what the waves are doing. So as a wave comes in, I'll get it on its way in, and then get one on its way out as well. And that'll really change up your shot. Just by having that water flow either in or out, will, the pier's there, and just creating some foreground interest. So we're not walking home with 10 shots exactly the same as the pier. So here comes a wave now. So I'll get this one as the wave runs out. And that one creates some really nice effect. Oh, that one didn't work great, but that's going to happen. You're going to see all my good shots and bad shots. And this will be a bit of a struggle because it's not the most epic conditions. That one's okay. I'll try and get another one with the wave crashing in. But yeah, this is more just to get out, take some shots. Okay, so we'll get that one as it sort of hits the rock. It didn't really do it. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying watching me sit down and take some very chillaxed photos. Here comes a better wave. That's a good one. So we'll get that one as it crashes in over the rocks. There's some nice whitewash. I'll get all that. Yeah, so if I didn't have a sore ankle, I'd probably take this off the tripod and actually get down really low. But yeah, look, it's but I make do with what you've got, and at the moment I don't have a lot. All right, we'll get this one as it rolls out. Yeah, that one should be nice. Yeah, that one's good. All right, I think here comes another good one. We'll get this one on its way in. Getting a bit messy now. So yeah, let me know what the audio's like. Are the waves too loud? It's dropping in and out. It could be the waves crashing. I didn't put my I didn't put the dead cat on it, which sort of that muffles the sound. All right, there's a good wave. We'll get that one on its way in. Yeah, that's nice. That one's nice. That's a good one. All right, I think I'll get one more shot here. We'll get this one on its way out, and then we might just move a little bit. I've got enough shots here. The sky's not doing anything, so I don't want to spend too... Oh, there's a nice one, actually. Just getting that water flowing out, which is something that I like. I'm quite comfortable sitting here. I might just stay here a bit longer, to tell the truth. Yeah, now that there's a little bit of colour out on the horizon, which is nice. I'm sort of hoping if we get a break in the cloud, it might light up what's out here. Because yeah, shooting away from the sun, you get really nice exposures, and sometimes you do get some nice pinks in the sky. I can smell some fish and chips, they smell nice. Alright, so here comes another wave. So now everything is just starting to get a little bit too dark. So I'm going to speed up my shutter speed. I'm going to go up to 3 seconds, and I'll show you the difference between a 3-second exposure and that sort of 1 second to half a second. To me, the 3 seconds, it just gets a bit messy, okay? Things just get a little bit messy. I do like to have all that texture in the waves. I keep my shutter speed faster than 1 second. So I'll just do a couple of exposures longer, that sort of 3 second range. And I think you'll see that, yeah, they just get a little bit messy. Okay, it's sort of, and then I'll do a really long exposure as well. Let's see how long I can get this. I'll go up to 10 seconds. Not really long exposure, but 10 seconds, here comes a good wave. I could get wet here. So we will move soon. That one's not too bad. Oh, that would have been a nice one. So now we've got those waves up where I want them. Let's get our ISO back up. I'm going to have to really bump up. So this is one of those cases where I will bump up my ISO and not shoot at 100, because I want kind of 1 second exposure. There's a good wave to get all this whitewash. Get some nice, that's a better one. That's nice. So yeah, this will be a good, tune in for the editing session and you'll get to see that half a second exposure, the 3 second exposure, and then a longer exposure. And it's all personal preference, and that's kind of what I teach, is take lots of different shots at different exposures and work out what you like. Don't sort of listen to me. And you know, my favourite exposure is that half a second, but some people might like the longer exposure, a shorter exposure. So just play around, okay? Especially when you've got something like this to work with. It's different when you're out on rocks or on a nice beach. But here it's, yeah, we're very limited. You know, the piers only sort of work from certain angles. And I know this pier works pretty well from this angle. The under the pier shots are always nice as well. Once we get down further, that's when we'll, I'll show you some bad shots. Oh look, I'm going to get wet. The joys of Queensland, the water's actually warm, so I don't, it's not an issue getting wet. I think my bandage is waterproof. Can you grab the, just hang on, just zip up my bag to make sure things don't fall out. And we'll just move around here a little bit. I'll just go and grab my stuff. So we'll set that up. So yes, thanks Matt. Thanks Matt and Jade for being my assistants for the day. So let me check the chat. Actually, I've been a bit lazy sitting on my bum taking photos. So let me just see what's going on here. Tide's coming fast. Are you still using, yeah, the KNF filters? Definitely using them. And they're actually not too bad. Look, for a cheap, not cheap filter, but for one of those mid-range filters, they're actually not too bad. G'day Claudia, how are you? Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. It would have been better with a really nice sky or some storms, but I can't complain. I'm out. I'm back. Audio's good. Time to get wet. Yep, exactly. I need another tripod. I've looked at the KNF one. Yeah, the KNF ones are good. The KNF tripods, value for money, they are really good. Okay, look, I've had a few issues with it, but you know, they're not an expensive tripod. They're not a super expensive tripod. They're value for money. They are actually quite good. All right, so yeah, as you get, like, the sun will be setting over that way, so I'm hoping to get some colour. There's a few breaks in the cloud. When you get breaks in the cloud, sometimes the sun, all we need is a little break in that cloud and we'll get some sunbeams coming through and we could get some colour. I was sort of hoping for some storms over Fraser Island, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So it's more just bring you guys to the beach. Bring you to the beach, catch up with everyone, let you know that I'm still here. I'm still walking around barely. I'm just going to check that I've got everything. Not that I don't trust Jade, but I don't trust myself for putting everything in the bag. Because yes, the last thing I want to do is get home and then realise I've left. I even bought my remote trigger just in case we did get some storms. Okay, so Matthew, that's a really good price. I have the flip-lock version, which has been through a bit of hell. I only managed to lose a leg lock a few months back, which is a tad annoying. Yeah, look, I've found that the one issue that I had with these K&F filters was the rubbers on the bottom. They fell off. And the other issue that I have is the screw locks. They're actually plastic. So if you over-tighten them, they thread very easily. Because, yeah, the screw locks are plastic, so don't over-tighten them. If you get a K&F one, and look, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for, you know, they're not a cheap tripod. The ball head is fantastic. If anything, it has got a little bit of rust, so give it a good wash when you get home. They haven't used stainless steel in it, so it is rusted up a little bit. This one's about 2 years old now, but apart from that, it's fine. Like, it's, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I sort of can't justify spending a lot of money on a tripod when you got guys like Will Patino, who doesn't use a tripod, and then you got other people that say that you need a $1,000 tripod. I'm in between. Okay, I do like to have a tripod, but I don't think I need to spend a lot of money on one. And yeah, the K&F value for money, they're actually not too bad. They're not too bad. And here in Hervey Bay, you don't need a big steady tripod. I find that I do have a big old man photo at home, but when we're here, it doesn't get very windy. You don't get big waves, so you don't need that big heavy duty tripod. If you go down somewhere like the Sunshine Coast where you get a lot of waves, then yes, you do want a big heavy duty tripod. Heavier dutier, as I call it. That's when you want a big heavy duty tripod, but you know, work to your location. Okay, here we don't have big waves. I don't go out when it's super windy. I don't need the big heavy duty tripod. This thing's nice and light. It's relatively cheap. I think it was about 120 or 130 Australian dollars, which is cheap for a tripod. And it's fine. Yeah, look, it's got a few little issues, but you get what you pay for. And it does the job, okay? It does the job, and that's all that I'm really worried about. As long as it does the job, I'm happy. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, Leslie, I managed to get one recently for under $100. Exactly, they're pretty good. And yeah, it is definitely better than your old Vanguard. I can vouch for that. Vanguard do make very good tripods. There's no doubt about it. But again, it's all about budget. It's how much do you want to spend on a tripod. And yeah, look, you know, if you were living down on the Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast where you do have a lot of big waves and some surf, I would probably recommend getting a bigger, heavier tripod. But here in Hervey Bay, you don't need a massive tripod. Great to see you out and about again. Absolutely. It's good to be out and about again. It is really good to be out and about again. And the stream seems to be holding up okay now. So, yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping for storms to roll in, and you guys are probably hoping for storms not to roll in, so the reception stays. But yeah, look, it's starting to clear up a little bit. The waves, as the tide comes in, the waves will get bigger here. So, you know, I talked about we don't get many big waves. What's that in the water? No, I think it's just a log. Thought it might have been a crocodile. No, there's no crocodiles here in Harvey. I hope there's no crocodiles here in Harvey Bay. Well, there is, but we won't talk about that because then I won't be allowed to go windsurfing. Harvey Bay's perfectly safe, okay? There's only a few sharks, there's only a few stingrays and stonefish, but no, it's perfectly safe. The ball head is fantastic and holds a lot of weight. I'm no professional, so I don't need them to spend mega bucks on one. It hasn't let me down in windy conditions, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, exactly. Look, as far as value for money goes, they're fine. And the good thing is they all come with a little clip underneath, so when you do get the super windy conditions, you can... Oh, what's that? Little beetle. Catch. They've got the clip on them, so if it gets really windy, you can always just weigh it down. So occasionally I have used my bag on there, just like spare lenses or anything, and weigh it down. And yeah, the ball head is really good. The ball head, and that's all that I'm really... I don't care about the legs. Legs are legs. But the ball head is quite nice on these K&Fs. Like I said, the only thing that I'm sort of a little bit worried about, it's got a little bit of rust in there. But, you know, for 120 bucks, it's fine. Does the job. Anyway, enough. I don't do reviews. I don't do reviews, but yeah, I'm just letting you know that, yeah, like I said, I'm sort of in between, because yeah, there's photographers out there that spend a lot on tripods, and then there's others out there that just refuse to use a tripod. So if you haven't heard of Will Patino, he's an Aussie based in New Zealand, and he doesn't use a tripod and gets some incredible photos. So he's sort of an advocate that a tripod just slows him down, and he doesn't use a tripod unless he's doing astrophotography or something like that. He very rarely uses a tripod. So, you know, you got one guy that doesn't use a tripod, and people that will tell you need to spend thousands. I'm that in between. I'm the Mr. Average guy. That's my specialty. I'm Mr. Average. I'm in between. Mr. In between, but not as violent. All right, now we've got some. I've been talking crap for a while. We've got some nice waves starting to crash in over these rocks. Yes, this channel's about photography, not gear. Stop talking about gear. Who was it that started that conversation? Nah, look, you know, like I said, all questions are welcome. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky, actually. All questions are welcome. And yeah, I'm one of these people that I'm still shooting with a Canon 6D. I personally don't think a bigger and better camera is going to get me better pictures. I'm happy with the pictures this takes, and they work. Okay, yes, it would be fantastic to have a new camera, but this does the job, and that's all that matters to me. If it does the job, it does the job. But yeah, if Canon's listening, I am looking for a new camera soon, so get in touch. I am currently the world's #1 sunset photography live streamer in Harvey Bay. So there's no one else here doing it, so I am the #1 guy. Canon, that's me. I'm number one here in Harvey Bay at the moment. I know a few other people have had ideas, but yeah, don't take my ideas. No, all jokes aside, let's go and take photos. I'm taking too much crap. And I did say that I wouldn't be taking a lot of photos. So let's have a look. Now we're into long exposure territory. I've still got that filter on. I could probably take that filter off, actually. I am going to take it off. I don't want too many long exposures. I don't mind long exposures, but if I can get sort of that 1 second to half a second, like that, that's much more my style. I'll just put my filter away. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who's here. It's good to be back. And yeah, I apologise for all the crap that I'm talking today. It's because I can't get the photos I want to get. Well, I can, but Just hurts to get into certain positions. Yeah, I would love to get down really low. This is sort of one of those places, and always makes peer shots just look a little bit different. If you can get down nice and low, get those waves crashing right in front of the camera, can make for a pretty cool shot. But yeah, like I said, I don't have my wide angle. I've got more what the equivalent to a kit lens is. Yes, it's a fancy kit lens, but focal length wise, it's a lot more similar to what most people would be using. You know, and that's another good thing about having a slightly older camera. I think people can just relate a bit more to not having the latest and greatest $10,000 camera. Because yeah, the 6D, it's an old camera, but I love it. I really do. I look at new cameras every now and then. I think, do I really need one? I don't think I do. So I'll show you what I got framed up in a minute, because I do like this a little bit. Just make sure my tripod's nice and steady. It's got to watch those waves, because when the waves roll in, the tripod will slip. And I'm just getting some foreground interest, really. Get my tripod as level as I possibly can. Yeah, I don't, look, this is one of those days, there's going to be no multiple exposures and things like that. I'll probably do a bit of an exposure blend with those waves. Okay, I'm just trying to, composition wise, I can see something that's really annoying, so I'm going to take the shot and show you. I'll give you a little bit of a tip on an annoying composition, but sometimes you just got to work with what you've got. Let me just try and get this here. Okay, so, and yes, welcome Matthew, by the way. Welcome and thanks for joining in. I like to see lots of chat, it's good. Yeah, so thank you. It was probably me who started it. We've got a similar setup, 6D Mark II, 24-105, and K&F filter. Yeah, well, there you go. It's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It does the job, okay? You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on photography gear to get some nice shots. So this is what I've got framed up, and what's annoying me is down in this bottom corner here, we've just got kind of some of those rocks. I'd love to get it framed up a bit more. Let's just turn that live view back on. So, I don't know if you'll see the shot, but yeah, there's a rock in the bottom corner here, which I really don't like. But yeah, I've just got to, if I could get up a little bit higher, I could probably get it out. So that's one thing that, yeah, when I'm composing a shot, I'm looking for distractions. I don't like to have distractions in my shot. I do like nice clean shots. And that rock is a little bit distracting. So I did that for your viewing pleasure, to show you that not every photo is going to be perfect. And you're going to notice things, usually you'll notice them when you get home. So I'm sort of here to try and show you these things as they happen. And sometimes they're uncontrollable. Like, it's easy to get home and then say, yeah, this composition works because I had everything lined up. But yeah, sometimes you get home and you'll see things that you don't normally see, especially starting out. When you're starting out, you'll frame something up and you'll think it's perfect, and then you'll get home and then you'll realize that it wasn't the perfect shot that you were after. So really try and eliminate any distractions from your shot. Okay, so to me, that rock in the foot, it's this rock here, is just a bit annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recompose to try and get that rock out of my shot without falling over. Okay, so that is a much better composition. So, and there's a rock in this corner which is quite nice. Yeah, so, oh, that would have been nice with the wave crashing over it. Okay, so I'm at that half a second exposure. This is my favourite exposure. I love the half a second. I've still got that rock in my shot, but I'm kind of using it. I can't get around it. So I'm almost using it to my advantage because I can't get it out of the shot. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more prominent in the shot. So then it's meant to be there. Just There's nothing worse than when something just kind of creeps into the corner of your frame and looks like it shouldn't be there. So when you've got something like that, you know, this is where the editing side will come in. I'll show you in the editing side. And look, they might not work. I might get home and think, no, they don't actually work. But yeah, now we've, rather than trying to eliminate that rock altogether, I'm actually including it in the frame. You get this wave that it crashes in. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, include the rock in the frame rather than have it sort of just poking in the frame. There's a nice wave. That's nice. Here we go. And this one I'll get as the whitewash starts to run back out. Yeah, that's nice. So look, this is shot, it's all about the pier. Like it is a photo of the pier, but I'm just adding some sort of foreground interest in here. So we haven't got just a plain beach with plain sand. We've got some leading, not so much leading lines, but some foreground interest to lead us out to the pier. I'm still focused on the pier. I could probably do a focus stack here, but I don't need to. I'm not super close to the foreground. I'm at f8, so f8, my depth of field is fine. Okay, I'm going to go up to an 1/8 of a second now, just because we're starting to lose light. And this is one of those times where, yeah, I sort of say don't keep working a composition, but this, I rather like this composition that I've got now. And because we've got all this wave movement, every shot's going to be slightly different. Okay, and you'll see that in the live stream. You'll see that I will have 10 or so shots exactly the same, but because we've got all this water movement, they will all look a little bit different. Come on, I'm just waiting for a wave. I know the tide is coming in. That one was okay. That was nice, actually. And every now and then I'm just getting a wave as it breaks as well, because I do like the look of a crashing wave. So here's one now, get that as it crashes. Probably went a bit too late with that one. There's a nice one, we'll get that one swirling around. It's okay. So here comes a nice wave in the background, so I'm getting that wave at the moment, right as it crashes. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. So we'll do a bit of exposure, not exposure blending, we'll do some blending in our editing stream, just to keep things relatively interesting. I will come and check the chat again in a second. It's quite comfortable down here, I don't want to be moving too much. So this is, yeah, for anyone who's new to the stream, this isn't my normal style of video. This is a very limited ability to walk type video. All right, that'll do. That'll do. Let me show you a few of the shots. As that tide comes in, I'll show you a few of the shots that I got. Check the chat. Okay, what's going on? Let's have a quick look down here. Ball head is fantastic, raised level weight. Would love to pick one up here. You should do reviews. No, I don't want to be a review channel. I should do reviews because then people send me stuff, but no, look, I'm not a gear person. It was probably me, yeah. I'm not a gear person. I am a photographer, not a gearhead. So I'll show you some of the shots that I got. I'll show you my good ones. So this is one of the ones where I've sort of captured that wave rolling in. So hopefully the phone picks that up okay. So see how we've got that wave breaking. And then just taking lots of different exposures, some with the water running in, some with the water running out. They look very bright on this phone, but trust me, they're all well exposed. If we put our info on, as you'll see from the histogram, everything's well exposed, which gives us plenty of room to edit or develop. So yeah, like I got quite a few shots in that one spot, but just mixing it up so we get all that foreground interest, that just makes every shot look a little bit different. Okay, there's not a lot happening in the sky. You know, if we had an epic sunset going on, then yes, I would concentrate on the sky a bit more. Okay, probably frame something up like that. But because there's not a lot happening in the sky, it's where we create some foreground interest. Okay, make our photos interesting. Okay, so if you've got a boring sky, there's no point having a lot of sky in your shot. Concentrate on your foreground. Okay, waves, rocks, beach, really can't go wrong. When you get a combination of those three, some waves and some rocks, doesn't matter if you don't have an epic sunset, does it? So I'll just let you enjoy that view for a second while I go and grab my glasses out. What did you say, Jade? It smells good, doesn't it? I know. There's barbecues and there's fish and chips, and it's Saturday night in Harvey Bay. I'm out taking photos. I should be at home with a beer, having a feed. But no, look, it's good to be out. I've missed all the storms this week. We've had some epic storms up here in Harvey Bay. I sort of tried to capture some from the front door, but you need a nice big open area, nice clean shots for storms. Yeah, I'm not big on got some okay shots, but I like clean shots, not messy shots. Okay, I think we might move again. It's starting to get a bit wet. So as you can see, look how much that tide's come in since we got here. So when we got here, that was a lot of sand. Welcome to the world of wobbly walkers. Yes, it's fitting well in Harvey Bay. There's lots of wobbly walkers up in Harvey Bay. So that's why we moved here. Semi-retirement. It's the retirement capital of Australia, Harvey Bay. And it's, just don't tell too many people about it. I want to try and keep it nice and quiet. So there's Jade playing on the rocks. And a wave. Alright, so we'll just move down the beach a bit. So yeah, once again, thank you to everyone who's here. Yeah, look, it's been good to get out, get some photos. And yes, big thank you. So everyone leave a thumbs up for Matt and Jade for helping me out today. So if you haven't left a thumbs up, give them a thumbs up. I'm not too fussed on likes and subscribers and stuff. But it does help. Look, if you want to see more of this, then yeah, like and subscribe. But yeah, if you'd like to leave a like for Matt and Jade helping me out, that would be nice. So then they can see how much value they're worth. Let's see how many likes you can get. Alright, we'll frame up another shot. We're sort of... Look, blue hour's not going to happen tonight. It's very cloudy. Yeah, and blue hour, look, everything's sort of back that way behind the coconut trees. Oh, there's some nice coconuts in that tree. Might see if we can grab some of them on the way back. So yes, to my overseas viewers, this is what we call a tropical paradise almost, Harvey Bay. Coconut trees on the beach. Not huge waves. We're protected from Fraser Island, which is over there in the distance. So that kind of protects us from open ocean. So it is very much a bay. And on a low tide, you could walk almost 5 kilometres straight out and only be waist deep. On a high tide, it'll be a bit deeper. So yeah, if you haven't heard or seen Harvey Bay before, come and check it out. So it's an awesome place. Harvey Bay is the best. Very nice. Alright, so yeah, see now this is, once we sort of get further away from the pier, this is where the pier isn't really our subject anymore. So this is where, you know, if we had a nice epic sky, absolutely get back here to try and get as much sky as you can. But now we're sort of getting to that stage where we're starting to get into some of there's a few sticks and things being washed up. It's been very windy the last few weeks. Hence the injury from windsurfing. So yeah, it's been very windy, so there's a little bit of sticks and leaves sort of washed in, which is not making the beach look as nice as normal. But I'm not complaining. Yeah. So you know what, I might actually finish the stream to tell the truth, because I don't think I'm going to get any more... What's the sky doing? I don't think we're going to get much more, to tell the truth. I think that's kind of the best of it so far. Now that we're sort of pushed back from the pier, things just get a bit messy. Like, yeah, I don't mind having the palm trees in the shot, but it just sort of gets a bit messy up that way. So I do prefer to be closer to the pier. Like I said, I do like a nice clean shot. So yeah, look, I might start to wind it up there, I think. Even though we're getting to my favourite time of the night, the blue hour, which is sort of running out of compositions. And they'll just be shots of the pier and the sky, which absolutely nothing wrong with, but I've got plenty of them. So yes, thank you to everyone who popped in. So thank you to everyone who popped in. Thanks to everyone that left a like. Thanks to Matt and Jade for being my assistants and carrying some of my stuff. And yeah, look, if you do like what you're seeing, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to be doing this a lot more often, okay? I really want to start doing a lot of live streams where we come out and we take photos on location, okay? And yeah, I'm going to talk crap, that's just natural. That's what I do. But yeah, I might throw in a few tips every now and then and give you some ideas. It's all very beginner friendly, so I'm not going to overcomplicate things too much. But yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you again to everyone who was in the chat. Thanks to everyone who left a like. And I might stay for a little while and just soak it in myself. But as far as the stream goes, things are getting a little bit dark. So yes, thank you all. And I will see you for an editing session soon. We'll go through the photos that I've taken. And who knows, I might even do another live stream between now and the editing. So yes, thank you again to everyone, and I will catch you all again shortly.